Hey everybody, what's going on? Emo Tempest, and we are at the end of the Resurgence of Power set reviews. We are now doing the Light and Darks. If you've made it through all of them, I would just want to say thank you, and I hope if you've learned something, taken something away from some of these. We're going to wrap up. This one shouldn't be too long. I've done my best to try to keep them brief. But yeah, without further ado, let's go. Elena, FFBE, Warrior of the Crystal, Brave. Elena, you can tap her to gain 3,000 power until the end of the turn. Draw a card. You can only use this ability once per turn. And then for 3, and then your opponent reveals their hand, selects a card from their hand. Your opponent discards this card. Select one card from their hand. Your opponent discards it. You can only use this ability once per turn. So, not gonna lie, she is very, very strong. Now, if I didn't, I should have mentioned this earlier, but we didn't get Light or Dark Legendaries this set, which I found super interesting. Well, this is a reprint, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So we got 4 heroes, which I think were all just phenomenal. The legendaries got taken up by some of the other multicolor ones, which we've all gone through. But yeah, so first of all, 1 cost 5, Brave, and all these effects. This card is nuts. This card can come out on turn 2, or even turn 1 if you're having a really bad hand, and still somehow like put in a lot of work, right? My favorite part is that she's going to be able to attack no matter what, and if you don't try to block and threaten the power, she's going to do one of the other 2 effects, right? This card is really dumb during sealed and limited, so if you pull this, definitely throw it in your deck. There's no reason not to. I don't remember Elena from FFBE, maybe stop playing or whatnot, but yeah, this is a very good card. I don't see any downside to these, right? Like 1 for 5 is fair, with very, very good options to like save itself and do other things. Sure, it could die, but in an L3 situation, this card is going to stick around for a while. So, at least in those 3 more sets, right? Next, we have the Squall. Seed Cannon, if you control 2 or more category 8 characters, the cost required to cast Squall is reduced by 2. When Squall enters the field or attacks, choose a character, dull it, and freeze it. And then passively, all the forwards you control gain 1,000 power until the end of the turn. Oh no, that's when he attacks. Enters the field or attacks. Hachimama, I probably read that one wrong during pre-release. If you control 2 or more character forwards, so he's going to be cheaper, right? Because we have enough 8 stuff now to kind of create a deck. And when he enters the field or attacks, he chooses dull or freeze it, and your forwards get buffed, right? So yeah, this is the second time they kind of like put an extra period where it doesn't need to. Like, you know, when he enters the field or attacks, choose a character, dull it or freeze it, stop. All forwards you control gain 1,000 power to the end of the turn, stop. So like, I'm assuming that's also tied to when he enters the field and attacks. So very important to know. Yeah, I think he's a good card. There's a lot of just the fact that he's cheaper makes him fantastic, right? If we're looking at just cost overall CP value and for a deck, things like this, 1 for all of these possibilities, 2, and you should be 2. You'd never play this turn 1 for any reason. You know, will generate value and he'll just do stuff for you, right? He's gonna be very good. The fact that it's on entry and attacks just keeps making things tougher for your opponent one way or another, right? So solid card. Both of these light cards will definitely see use. Ultimecia, which the cost required for all players to cast cards other than a backup is increased by 1. The cost required for your opponent to cast a card other than a backup is increased by 1. All forwards other than Ultimecia lose 8,000 power until the end of the turn. This card is nuts. I can think of a couple decks that would benefit from this. This is a weird one in terms of timing. But I can say for sure, limited and sealed, having this is a pain in the ass, or dealing with this is a pain in the ass. Same thing with this guy, Soul. These are both really problematic cards for your opponent in general, but I'm going to find a way to use this creatively. I think other than making things more expensive, this should be a lot of fun. This set brought in a lot of 8 stuff, and I'm all excited for all of it. Soul, FFBE as well. Sage of Hess. At the beginning of the attack phase, during each player's turns, select one of the following 3 actions. If you have received 5 points of damage, select up to 3 of the following actions. So Until the end of the turn, all forwards you control gain 1,000 and Brave. Next is all the forwards your opponent controls lose 2,000 power until the turn. During this turn, your opponent cannot cast summons. So, yeah, just a lot of things. A lot of annoying things. I think the 2,000 power reduce is what helps the most during limited and sealed. But getting to a point where you can do all of these on both turns is just, yeah, big annoying. I think this one will also see play. Being that it's a 3 cost, I see it pairing well with that Axstar eventually, right? Like, he's a 3 cost. Well, you have to deal with Axstar's problems and this guy. Just so many weird things to worry about. Yeah, very strong cards. And then Sephiroth. You know, this didn't see enough play, I think, in the back, so I don't think this is gonna see enough play. Did we the same thing I've said about all of these? Did we need a reprint of this card with this great art? I don't think so. Could have easily made this something else. But you know what? That's their provocative. Just more 7 down my throat, I guess. Yeah. These cards are all very good. I'm not going to be surprised to see all of these in one deck or another. Again, these are going to be... Do they outshine some of the light and dark choices that we have now? Not necessarily. These are going to be your L3 choices. Is what's going to end up happening. So get used to seeing them for the rest of the year, and find ways to deal with them early on. So keep that in mind. Guys, that's going to do it. If you made it this far through all the set... For all the set reviews, I want to thank you. I really do appreciate it. As always, like and leave comments. Those mean a lot to me. I'm always responding to those. Which one are you gonna play first, or are you not interested in any of them? Some might say that they're bleh, but I disagree. Yeah, share your thoughts with me. Let's talk, guys. Thanks very much. Look forward to more content next week.